Parshat Behar-Bechukotai. Bechukotai is known, together with Kitavo, for its brachot and klalot. I'd like to briefly show you, at the end of Parshat Emor, there was also a klala. And to be able to learn that really from klalot that happen in our lives and nationally, we're able to learn brachot. Rabbeinu Bachai asked the question at the end of Parshat Emor, why does the Torah tell us these couple of psukim of Vayetzei ben Isha Yisraelit v'hu ben Ish Mitzri betoch b'nei Yisrael vayinatzu b'machneh, they were fighting b'nei Yisraelit v'Isha Yisraeli, and in Pasuk Aleph, chapter 24, Vayikov ben Isha Yisraelit et Hashem, she cursed out Hashem, Vayikalel, the double language, Vayikov Vayikalel, Vayaviu otal Moshe v'shem imo Shlomit bat Divrei l'mateidan. The Rabbeinu Bachai explains that there are two major reasons why this Parsha was brought down at the end of Parshat Emor. The second reason, he said, is he calls it an ikar gadol pinat sumah b'brachot. From these klalot, we actually learn a fundamental jewel and tenet for our brachot. How we have to be mivarech Hashem, not in a euphemistic sense, in a real sense of how to bless Hashem. Because the Mikalel, as the Torah says, is first it's Vayikov and then Vayikalel. Vayikov, as Chazal tell us, was that he was Mefaresh et Hashem ba'otiotav, and only afterwards he was Mikalel. Explains Rabbeinu Bachai, it's the same idea by the bracha. That first you have to think, Yitbonen Tchila, what does it mean that it's Hashem, it's not just, is a good idea. This is what's brought down the halacha. The Yud Kei Vav Kei is a shame of Midat HaRachamim, of Hu Haya, Hu Ovev, Hu Yeh. First you have to, as Rabbeinu Bachai says, Aro Mimcha Elokai HaMelech. You have to understand the tremendous chut we have of saying brachot of it, the exaltedness of God. And only then, just like the Mikalel did, he was Vayikalel, only afterwards should we actually say the bracha. First, Aro Mimcha Elokai HaMelech, and only then, Vavarcha Shemcha, the Olam Va'ed. The same idea we see when we come to this week's Parsha. There's a major machloket, again, about the repetition of the klalot between Torat Kohanim Vayikra and Mishnah Torah of Devarim. And the Ramban has a thesis, which the Abarbanel argues, and many Rishonim argue, but the Ramban has a whole long essay to explain that our Parsha of Bechukotai is referring to the Galut of Rishon. And that's why if you look at the Psukim, it talks about Avodah Zarah, which we know was the big, one of the big three, as the Gemara in Yuma says. It talks about the idea of the siluk of the Mizbeach, of the Mikdash and the Korbanot, which it doesn't have in Parshas Kitavo. As we know, the Gemara in Yuma says there are things that were chaser in the second Bayit Sheni. It talks about the choli, the cherev, the ra, and the dever that Yirmiyahu in Perek Lamed Bet Pasuk Chav Dalet says exactly there. It talks about the 70 years of galut corresponding to the years that we didn't observe Shemitah. This is all within our Parsha. And it talks about the Geula also, where V'zacharta Briti Yaakov, Yitzchak, Avraham, V'aretz Eskor. It doesn't talk about the Kibbutz Galiyot. It doesn't talk about the Tshuva Shlema, only the Vidoy, which again, we see that by Ezra and Nehemiah, the idea of the Chatanu Avinu, but not the Tshuva Shlema. In stark contrast, the Ramban explains, if you look at Kitavo, there it talks about the Gula Shlema dependent on Tshuva. There's no talk about the Avodah Zarah. It talks about the mitzvot that you have to fulfill, or you didn't fulfill, because of the Sinat Chinam. And then he ends off saying that as much as there is tremendous klalot, but v'shamemu aleha oivechem. And he explains that he bisara, through all these klalot, v'chin ma she'omer b'kan, v'shamemu aleha oivechem. He explains that the Geula over there, at the time of the second Geula Shlema, where Hashem will, again, it's dependent on our tshuva, but He will destroy all the people that are running after us, just like in Parsha Kitavo. You have a Gula with good tidings in our Parsha also. V'shamemu ala oivechem. That's a bisorah tova. It's a good tiding for all the exiles. She'ein artseinu mikabelet doivenu. As much as it's desolate, our land does not accept our enemies. V'gam zer ra'aya gdola, for this promise. It's a great proof. Ki lo timatzei b'chol yishuv eretz asher hayat tova u'rechova v'asher hayta noshevet me'olam v'yechariva kamo. That doesn't matter what foreign nation comes and has sovereignty, they're not going to develop it. Ki me'az yatzenu mimenu lo kibla u'ma v'lashon. They were temporary in our history that ruled Rome and the Turks. But kulam mishtadlim lo shiva ve'in le'el biyadam. But now both, here it says v'shamuloi ve'chem, hidden into the curse is the bracha that we have now, that we see in the chaketz migulei yoter mizeh, where literally you travel up and down the country and you see construction, being able to really understand what we have, the bracha that we have. May we be zoche to really mekayim v'aftat Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcho v'chol nafshecho v'chol me'odecha, with all the perot that we have in our lives, and even through the klalot, to learn from the klalot on a personal level, on a national level, to be able to see the pina of bracha v'aromimcha lo haya melech v'avarcha shimcha li'olam va'ed, and also on a national level, seeing Eretz Yisrael as we're about to celebrate Yom Yerushalayim. It's true, v'shamu lo evechem, but ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udvar Hashem Yerushalayim will be able to have the mikdash when we continue fulfilling the brachot from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.